Okay, so now that we've figured out the letter mystery over here, we have the option of heading to 507 or the gross room. Let's go here. What were you two deviants doing in this room? Oh, close! What we got here? Oh, can't inspect the safe. Okay, well that's too bad. Okay, nothing so far. Trying to not, like, go right for the obvious spaces. Like, you know, there, who? Linda. You can be talking some shit about Wendy, and look at you. Look at you. Unopened. Does that mean they're planning on coming back here, or? Oh! Tissues on the floor! Pretty gross, Linda. I wonder what we're going to do with that now that we've taken it. Okay, what's this? Say no to divorce. Alright. What the? Oh, rose petals. Looked a little like blood at first. Well, this was a whole lot less exciting than I was expecting. Oh, what a disappointment. Okay, well. On to 507 then. Hi, welcome back, by the way. 505 was 507 down here. No, oh, nope, I passed it. For some reason I was thinking it was on the other side of the hallway over here. There we are. So either somebody didn't answer the phone because nobody's here, or maybe we're about to find a dead body. Oh, there's the fort that was mentioned. Can inspect the case, or safe rather. Okay, so I can't really do too much, maybe? What is this? The White Cat Bar and Restaurant. Okay. What we got here? Bath toy? I know I just said I wasn't supposed to do anything, but I couldn't help it. I just met with your damn lawyer. You've got some balls to accuse me of all that, as if you were so irreproachable yourself. Do you think I don't know where you spend your nights? But worst of all, that you won't let me see my son. You won't even tell me where he is. If you think you have a chance to get custody, you really don't know me well. I won't let you take Michael away from me. Ooh, that sounds ugly.
Looks like someone grew tired of looking at your face, Mr. Beaumont.
Yeah, no kidding. Ourselves a pretty nice little wedding ring right here. Alright.
Oh, I left the clean towels on my cart.
Right.
Mr. Cruz, huh? Numbers, dates, times. What does it all mean?
1824. Okay. Can't open that because the furniture's in the way. Keep seeing the same gloves. Like, are they loaned out by the hotel, or does everybody just have the same sense of style around here?
You almost look like Marcella.
Yeah, she does. Oh, hello. Mount Royal College, Montreal, 1947. Interesting. What do we got here? Frosted Pops. A few chance. Oh, okay. So it looks like he was trying to win something. Cool. Well, good luck to you, kiddo. What do we got here?
So you were eager to Did Marcella send this?
Very interesting. Just to make sure.
Did Marcella send this?
Okay. I know I missed a few things in the last episode, so I'm being a little extra paranoid, I guess you could say. Coloring pencils. Here. Keep battery out. Battery chamber when not in use.
Oh, Michael.
Dad.
Adults can be so...
I'm sorry, but Mom asked me not to tell you the name of our hotel. She allowed me to talk about our room, though. We have 2 little beds, a radio, and even a television. Mom let me build a fort, and the maid brought us extra blankets. She's really nice. The hotel is nice, too, but I miss home. I wish Mom and you could be happy, and I wish everything could go back to the way it was before, but Mom says it's impossible. She says she no longer loves you. Do you think she'll ever stop loving me, too? Yeesh. I don't envy anybody in that position. Okay. What else we got in here? To Anne Bursey. Subject: Michael's withdrawal from school. Dear Mrs. Bursey. Who's Mrs. Bursey? You successfully processed your request to withdraw your son Michael from his school schedule and system under the agreement that you will continue his education from home. Following this letter, you will receive the list of books and school materials you need to purchase in order to follow the curriculum at home. A social worker will be in touch to help you understand our milestones so that your son can benefit from our programs from the comfort of his home. Thank you for thinking of your son's education. Director Donald Byron. Okay, so was Bursey just like a fake name, or?
Aha! He's our Snoop's best friend.
Okay. Give me that.
Sounds like
So yeah, so as I was saying, like, who's Bursey, and why'd they pull him out of school? Dear Anne, you were right. I miss the snow already. It's so hot right now in Texas, it's quite a shock after the cool weather of Montreal. My family has never seen snow before, and I could not find the words to tell them how beautiful it is. They don't understand what they are missing. I wish I could build my brother a snowman like the one we built together a few years ago. I know it's childish, but I had not had that much fun in years. Christmas was exhausting, 9 days of eating, singing, dancing. It's great fun, but I'm glad it's over so I can rest a little. Of course, celebrations will resume for New Year, but it gives me a few days to relax. How are things going with your family? I know you don't get along well, but I hope you're still able to have a good time. I will leave for Montreal on the 8th. I cannot wait to be back. I miss finding black cat hairs all over my clothes. I miss our late night studying sessions at Harry's. I even miss Sister Miller's classes, if you can believe it. See you soon. Warm wishes. Can we open this? We did.
Funny how some games really stand the test of time. I used to play this with Mom all the time. Funny how some games really stand the test of time.
See a little
I used to play
red
this
thing in
with
there,
Mom
but
all the time.
I guess we can't pick that up. Nothing in there. What do we got here?
So husband can abuse his wife and just
Richards and Carter attorney at
get
law.
away with it? And people like Linda still think divorce is wrong? Ugh.
I mean, Linda sounds kind of awful. I've met with Luis, and he asked me to give you the enclosed letter. I think I should reiterate that some of your accusations, such as wife abuse, are not grounds for divorce in Quebec. I understand you were hurt, but I do not think antagonizing your husband is very wise at the moment. Do not forget to be in court at 11 a.m. on the 20th. Be on time. Also, a friendly reminder that my fees for January need to be paid before the end of this month. I'm happy to help you out, but I cannot work pro bono on this. Sincerely, Howard. Thanks a lot, Howard. Can we open this? What do we got here? Adam or Eve?
Bridget Boswell. Didn't I see that name somewhere earlier?
Did we see that name earlier? What we got here? Greta. Wonder who Greta is.
I'll need another key to unlock this. Haven't I seen one just like this somewhere?
No. Wait, did we see one like that somewhere?
Those few coins in my tip jar were getting pretty lonely. Aw, that's so sweet.
Thank you so much for taking care of our room every day and bringing us extra sheets. Michael and I wanted to give you a little something before we left. Sincerely, A. Oh, thanks.
That look in your eyes.
You don't need to know my name, but you've seen me. I recognize that look in your eyes when you checked in. You and I don't need to make a fuss out of this. You keep your wits about you, and I'll do the same. Seems oddly threatening.
Either a guest got a hold of our stationery, or this came from someone on the staff.
Very interesting. This letter has been sent to you and has been around the world 3 times. The one who breaks the chain will have bad luck. Mr. Smith received the letter in 1953, made 33 copies, and sent them. 3 days later, he won the lottery. Mr. Jones received it in 1956, made 33 copies, and sent them. 3 days later, he discovered an old treasure in his backyard. Mr. Williams received the letter and burned it. His wife and 3 kids died in a fire that very night. Mr. Green forgot the letter in a drawer and lost his job. When he found the letter again, he got a better job than before. In no case should this chain be broken. Make 33 copies and send them. You will experience great joy within 3 days. I'm sure we will. I'll just go ahead and get rid of that. Let's see. The winds and the leaves, they made a sound that sounded like really Anne. When the leaves that they made the tree whistle, a soft melody that came to my ear. Remember every part of this day, for it was the day we met. Jesus, this is bad. I was looking for my cat when I heard the sound of the leaves blowing in the wind like a melody to my ear on this summer day where I met you. Wonder who she's talking about. No, that's Cruz. Where was... There we are. No, this is Bercy. see. No mention of Boswell there. Beaumont. No Boswell. Was there a letter in here? There was. Okay. No name. And this didn't. That didn't have a name on it either. Oh! Gotta close it. That could be suspicious. Oh, wait a minute. There was, yeah, it wasn't on the back of the card? No. Let me see. 2 keys are better than 1. Not content with the 1 key, but Anne wouldn't have brought the chest without both keys, right? I'll have to look around. Should be easier now that I know what I'm looking for. It's not designed like your everyday key. There's an ornate wooden chest sitting in a suitcase on Anne's bed. It's so beautiful. Reminds me of Grandma's jewelry box. Something must be holding her value, right? If I can find the key, I can take a look for myself. Bit of a mess in 507, but nothing out of the ordinary for a mother and child staying for such a long period of time. Where should I start? There's an open suitcase on the bed that immediately drew my attention, but there's lots of other things lying around too. We have more characters. Mr. Beaumont. The white cat. That's one of our clues. Husband's angry letter. Family picture. 2 wedding rings left on the toilet. Postcard. We're scheduled to drive in Montreal on the eve of Valentine's Day. I booked room 509. It's a marital suite. When we arrive, please refrain from talking to me until we can figure out a safe way to see each other. Interesting. Bercy? I still don't know who this Bercy is. Let's see. Howard. Boswell. Okay. So that's the name we're looking for. Greta. I wonder...
That key looks so familiar. Why do I associate it with room 505?
It's 507. Well, we'll go take a look at that in just a second. So, if I remember, this case over here...
No combination, no entry.
Not the safe. This one. It's a 4-letter name.
Locked. It looks like the code is made up of 4 letters.
Well, I mean,
Locked.
Greta
looks like
is
the
a
code is made up
4-letter name, but all right,
4 letters.
fine. Okay, let's go check out 505. That's the creepy man's room. Oh, wait. So that's got to be the kid's toy. And so... Oh, wait a minute. Maybe this? Boswell? I don't like the music is getting so ominous. I also hate that I can hear people walking in the background. See what we got here. Morgan. Okay, no mention of Boswell. Bridget Boswell. Okay, so that's where we're getting the name from, right?
There you are. With Marcella. God knows where she is.
And there's that key.
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Beth speaking.
Hey, Beth.
Bean, I've been meaning to speak with you.
Oh, about what?
Well, a little birdie told me Mr. Morgan and Mr. Cruz had an argument yesterday evening.
Really?
Uh-oh.
Who's your little birdie?
Jacques. Apparently it got so heated he had to get involved. And listen to this. It sounds like I was on the right track, because he heard a particular word thrown around quite a lot. Wanna guess what it is?
Blackmail?
Blackmail?
No, that was your theory, remember?
Right, right.
It's affair.
Affair? Did Jack hear anything else?
From what he told me, it seemed like Mr. Cruz was accusing Mr. Morgan of having an affair with his wife. Wouldn't have expected Mrs. Cruz to fall for a man like Morgan, but I guess the heart wants what the heart wants.
Maybe, but that doesn't explain Mrs. Beaumont's involvement with Mrs. Cruz.
What do you mean?
Or why he's
I found
taking
a
photos
chest
of
in room
us.
507. I think it can only be opened by turning 2 keys at once. I found one of them in Mrs. Beaumont's things.
Oh, and the other one?
Well, I remembered seeing a similar key in one of Mr. Morgan's stocking pictures, so I went back to check. Mrs. Cruz wears it as a pendant. It looks identical to Mrs. Beaumont's key.
Wait, so Mrs. Beaumont and Mrs. Cruz own identical keys that are both needed to open a mysterious chest? Yeah, there's definitely something going on here.
It's just probably lie in that chest. Maybe they're just good friends.
Yeah, but the answers probably lie in that chest, and I don't think I'll be able to open it. I've looked around room 509. I would have seen the second key if it was there. Mrs. Cruz must have left with it this morning.
Yeah.
We were so close. I can't believe it all ends here.
I wonder if we can make one.
Hold on. I may have an idea. Get me a candle and some plaster, and maybe I can do something about that pesky chest.
How?
I'll tell you later. Just find me those things, and I'll meet you in the basement as soon as I manage to leave my post.
All right.
Interesting.
Thank you for not giving up.
Come on, you know I wouldn't let you down.
Okay, well, just one more thing.
This looks like
Right.
Beaver Lake.
Nothing new here, but I wanted to look because of all those times on the back of that card in what was it, 507? Okay. So nothing more. What do we got here? Progress. Getting crafty. No idea what Beth thinks, so we can open Anne's chest with candles and plaster, but I was promised an explanation. Get out of here, Norton. Okay. I have no idea why Beth thinks I was promised an explanation. Plaster shouldn't be hard to find in a hotel that's undergoing renovations. I walk away bags of the stuff every day. I'll start with that and see about getting some candles. I had a feeling that I'd see that particular key before. My feeling was right, sort of. I've seen it before. The photograph cruises Mr. Morgan's safe. Marcella has the key around her neck. Okay, so. Was there some renovating stuff down here? I think there was.
Great. This takes care of half of this little scavenger hunt.
Blaster.
As for the candles, doesn't Rebecca keep some in her locker downstairs?
Ooh, good idea. What have we got? I candle it. Got the flash that Beth requested, so that just leaves candles. Rebecca is always super prepared and terrified of the dark, if I recall correctly. She keeps a stash of candles somewhere in the hotel. If I want to find them, I think my first stop should be the basement, where she spends most of her time.
I can probably find the rest of what I need in the basement.
Ah, this is so interesting. Like every little thing you find opens up like just a huge flood of more mystery bits, if that makes any sense. Oh, that's the wall. Let's see. Back up. Completely freezing. Have you asked Eugene? I told him fixing the window should be his top priority. And, well, I'd very much like to speak to him. Trust me, but he's nowhere to be found. Gone. Disappeared. I don't know what on earth's going on today. It could be a goddamn snowstorm, or was there something in the coffee this morning? Was he in...
Candles, candles, candles. I think Rebecca keeps a stash of them, but where?
Oh, and that maid? What's her name? Sylvie? I've never noticed how odd she is.
Sophie, you mean? I like her. She's a good girl.
You know what? I should call the city. Tell them they don't need to build that new madhouse next door.
Oh, God. Well, they're in there talking about me, so I'm gonna just sneak on in there and shut the door, because gross. There's another door for their office right there, so shutting the door was completely pointless. Made me feel better. Shut up. What do we have here? The VIP guest in room 602 is getting on my nerves. Keeps ordering food that's not on the menu. We don't usually do special orders, but Bernard was adamant that we make all of his wishes come true, so I look like a goddamn genie. That's not even the worst of it, though. Every night he barges in the kitchen as if he was at home asking for meat for his precious little terriers. Who feeds dogs $4 roast beef? I can't even afford $4 roast beef for myself. Jesus.
So you do have a stash of candles. But where is it?
The kitchen is out of power again, and I can barely see a thing. Bernard wants us to continue working, but I'm not risking chopping off my fingers for that blowhard. Didn't you start hoarding candles since the last power outage? I remember you saying you never wanted to be caught in the dark basement again. Where's your stash? It's urgent, please. Bobby. Where indeed? Let's see. Clues. What do we got? Sound that sounded like really... Oh, there we go. Power outage, dark basement. Where's your stash at?
Maybe Bobby took some candles from Rebecca already.
Right. That's Beth.
Didn't I find one of these in Anne's room too? The white cat must be a popular spot.
Yes, you did. Beth, you dirty girl.
Are you looking to buy
I like
land?
it.
I know you
72
grew up on a
acres of
farm.
fertile land. Auction
Maybe
starts
you're
April
looking to get back to
17th.
nature.
Gemstone of land has become available to you for you to acquire. Discover the true meaning of nature. Landfill with all the resources. Yada yada yada. Cool.
Wait, is this you, Beth?
Oh, hello,
What
Beth.
on earth? Is that a live alligator? I think I'd die on the spot.
I knew she was a freak. I like it. there something else to find on here? Nope.
Is that a
Yep,
live
just the gator.
alligator? I think I'd die on the spot.
Where is...
It's locked.
Where is Bob? Bobby's not in here. That's Anthony and Jock. Bobby! Let's see, what we got here?
No candles, but this looks like the laundry room. That must be the location of Rebecca's stash.
Okay. What else are you hiding in here, bud? Nothing? Hand-drawn map.
Have I
Okay.
checked the break room? I think I left my keys there during my break.
Let's see, this is maintenance.
It's locked.
Okay, so we can't go there. Break room. Oh, right. Well, we do need to go in here. We gotta get our keys, right? That's creepy as all get out.
Where are you going? What do you want? Are you here to apologize?
Uh-oh.
Apologize? I'm not the one who should be apologizing.
You're such an idiot. I can't believe that I fell in love with you.
Wait,
What?
I want my mother's ring back.
Ooh!
There. I don't want it anyway.
I know we shouldn't be listening, but can't help it. That's just a newspaper. Yeah. What we got here? Have you heard there's a famous movie director staying in 602? Yes, I was there when he checked in. I don't know who he is, but he must be pretty important because Bernard was almost licking his boots. He even let the man bring his dogs in the hotel. Is he shooting a picture in Montreal? I've heard he's here on a scout, but I'm not sure what it means. Maybe he's making a picture on Boy Scouts. Do you think he'll shoot in the hotel? I hope he does. Imagine we could meet famous actors like James Dean. Let's hope the director has supernatural powers because Dean is very much dead. God. Oh, that's awful. Wait, was there something to click on over here? No. Damn. Okay, well. That's just newspaper. Card table. What's this?
This is probably Beth's latest project. It's really
Nice.
cool how she has an eye for this kind of thing.
I like it.
I don't always get fashion, but these are fun to look at. Don't worry, gossiper. I'm coming back to you. I still haven't learned all of Gracie Jones' secrets. Gotta hold on to these tight.
Okay, so we have our keys back, which means I need to put the master key back. Yes? Bobby, you realize it's the person with the lowest score who wins, right? To all employees, it has come to my attention that several guests have complained about a member of our staff going through their belongings in their absence. This has to stop now. Anyone with information regarding this situation should come to my office as soon as possible. I want the person behind this swiftly identified and reprimanded. Should no one come forward within a week, punitive measures will be taken against all of you. Thank you, Bernard. Ew.
It would make sense for Rebecca to keep the candles by her
Whoops.
workstation.
Well, you know, it's... Can't help it. Curious. Whoever keeps stealing my lunch, I want my Tupperwares back. Susan. What a dick. Who steals someone's lunch? We can't go in there. Let's open this back up. Where was... That's an odd place for a lamp. The keys. Ah, here. Okay, so we can put the master key back since we have ours. Laundry room. We're gonna find something horrible in here. Dobby detergent. What we got here? The washing machines are not broken. The problem comes from the pipes. They're completely frozen. It's only a matter of time before they burst and flood the entire basement. I've warned Bernard about this issue last winter, but of course, he only cares about renovating the parts of the hotel the guests can see. Behind that nice facade, everything is crumbling. I'll see what I can do, but it's not maintenance we need. It's a freaking miracle. Yeah, no kidding. That sounds like a awful problem waiting to happen. What we got here?
Ooh, is this a...
Needs more
A movie
murders
script?
and killer tornado. Why cut the scene inside the nose? Best part of the script. Interesting. Here. Did I look at the back? No. Why is there a list of just random items? What the hell is that all about? Ah.
Stash uncovered. Reb, you got a candle. Now,
Oh.
what next?
See, but now that I've seen that I can open these, now I gotta look. Look, we're playing the character. She likes to snoop. Well, that was a whole lot of nothing. And we can't go in there. Okay. So, we gotta go find Beth now? Oh,
There you are.
there she is.
I'm not sure I understand what the plan is here.
Well, when I was little, we had padlocks on many of the farm's sheds. My dad would always lose the keys, so one day he made a mold of them using wax and plaster. I was thinking of doing the same.
Are you sure it's gonna work?
Absolutely
Interesting.
not. But hey, I guess we won't know until we try.
Yeah, you're right.
Fair point.
So let's do this. Okay, to start, we need to pour
Like
the
Breaking
wax
Bad
from the
Maid
pot.
Edition. Or the water, you said?
Have you done this before? You're a real pro.
Thank
Now,
you.
Hold on.
Time to put the key into
That's
the
not
wax.
what's next.
Let's give it a few seconds, so the mold really takes form.
Okay.
Okay, I think you can remove it. Well, we're almost there. Just pour the cup of plaster into the mold. All right. Now we wait for it to dry.
How long do you think it's gonna take?
I don't know. I guess we'll keep poking it every now and then.
I bet you didn't think you'd be making a plaster key today, huh?
Indeed. But I like it. It's rare that this job allows me to use my creative side.
Your creative side.
Well, granted, this key won't end up in any museum, but I enjoy the occasional artistic endeavor.
Yeah, I saw the drawings. Should we go for that one?
Like posing with alligators?
How do you know about that?
Oh, I think it must have slipped out of your locker because I saw this picture of you in a long white dress and...
Oh my, you did? What did you think of it?
I
Love it!
loved it, actually. It was unique, I guess. Artistic?
Yeah, those pictures were taken by a very close friend of mine a few years back. Ziva
Oh, I
Rivers was her name. Earth-shattering talent, but a bit too controversial for most people's sensibilities.
Oh. Are you still friends?
No, we went our separate ways. It's a shame. She really captured me. My essence.
Your essence is to tame alligators?
My essence is to fear nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that'd have to be true if you're going to be posing with an alligator
really
like
admire
that.
that about you.
I'm sure under that sweet exterior, you're pretty fearless too. Haven't you ever done something really scary? I mean, other than snooping on a potential creep.
Does sailing count?
Excuse me? You sail? On a boat?
I used to, with my grandpa. But when he died, we had to sell the boat to pay off his debts.
Oh,
that's too
that
bad.
sucks.
I would have loved to go with you.
Ooh.
Maybe it'd be possible to borrow a boat for a day. I think one of Grandpa's friends still has his.
Really? That would be great. I just love trying new things.
I'll see what I can do.
Hey, look. I think it's dry.
New things.
I can't believe it worked. I could not have done this without you.
Yeah, probably not. Well, I should get back upstairs before Bernard notices my absence. If he hasn't already. Let me know how it goes with the key. Oh, and be careful while turning it, okay? You wouldn't want it to break inside the lock.
Yeah, no
I'll
kidding.
be careful. Thank you for everything.
No problem.
Okay, so we have our key. What we got here? Yeah, lost item. Oh, I get it. Lost items. Ooh, it's a scavenger hunt. Cool. So it's trust the process, bag of plaster, the candles, double the keys, double the fun. After I got the candle, met up with Beth in the break room, and the plan is finally unveiled. Mix plaster and wax. Create a double. I would have never thought of this on my own. While waiting for the double to solidify, I got a chance to talk to Beth some more. The downtime even gave us a chance to talk about something other than the day's weirdness. Of course, now I have to go test our handiwork back to Anne's room.
I've got 2 keys. Now, let's test them out.
Oh, I hope this isn't like dependent on me not screwing up, because I know I'm gonna break the key if it is. Okay, 507. Here we go. Oh no, wait, that's the safe we can't access.
Be careful, Sophie. You don't want this key to break.
Right. Key. Like it says, be careful, and just whap. Oh, we got a treasure trove.
Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. These two sure love their riddles.
In Atlanta, I noticed yours was pretty worn down, so I decided to buy you a new one. I hope you like it, and since you enjoy them so much, here's a little puzzle to figure out the combination. 2 5-letter words are the key, both related to our history. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. From the first one, take the first 2. From the last one, take the last 2. Interesting. I hope you get better. Try to rest today. I'll bring you hot soup after class. Wait.
Huh. Marcella invited you to the movies.
The postman always rings
Let me
twice.
guess. You
It
said
is
yes.
playing at Lowe's Theater tonight. It's based on a novel I read a while back. I'm sure you would love it, seeing as you like crime stories and murder so much. Nothing creepy about that. Will you come with me? I can barely listen to Sister Miller's lecture today. In secret language, all I do is look at your lips and imagine kissing you. I can't wait for tonight. Ew. Dear Anne, I've just heard Doris Day on the radio and it made me think of you. I know how much you love Sentimental Journey, counting every mile on the railroad track. That takes me back. Last time I was in Texas, it felt like coming home. Now, strangely, I feel away from home. I wish you were here with me. I always feel at home in your arms. I can hardly believe it. It has been 5 weeks since we last saw each other. Sometimes I wonder if I might be going crazy. You were always in my head. Everything reminds me of you, not only songs on the radio, but silly things like the flowers in our garden that smell of your shampoo, or when people say the word darling, and I can hear you say it with your lovely French accent. My family seems to have noticed my odd behavior, but of course I cannot tell them about you, even though...
Doris Day. That's an alliteration, isn't it? Doris. I-S.
I wish I could. Felt like climbing on the roof of the tallest building in Austin and shouting my feelings for you at the top of my lungs. God, I sound like a giddy teenager. In love for the very first time? Maybe I am. Sometimes I'm scared of all this time with you was nothing but a dream too good to be true. I'm afraid that when I return to Montreal, I will realize you never existed, or if you do exist, you don't remember me. I wish I had a picture of the two of us so I would remember for sure it was real. I long for your embrace and the taste of your sweet lips. I love you, M. Dear Anne, sorry it took me so long to answer your last letter. Has it been 6 months already? I left Montreal, as you always say. I'm not going to try announcing that. My parents are glad I am done with my studies. They always have thought it was a strange idea for me to go to university, and now they want me to find a husband and have children like any other woman. I think I will. The past few months, I had a lot of time to reflect on our relationship. You know my feelings for you, and I hope you never forget how much I love you. But we cannot hide our heads in the sand any longer. We were lucky our story lasted as long as it did, and foolish to think it would last forever. Our love is forbidden, and hiding it from my family is proving more and more difficult every day. You will always have a special place in my heart, but I believe it is time for us to go our separate ways. You made me feel like a teenager. You made everything but the present disappear, and now I need to be an adult and think about the future. Sincerely, M. Interesting. Just to make sure. Yeah, okay. So that was the only one that... back. Close it. And your key was here. Place the key there. According to one of the letters in the chest, Anne bought Marcellus something that needs a 4-letter key to open. Could that be the case? I found on Marcella's bed in 509. I need to figure out 2 5-letter words, both related to Anne and Marcella's past. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. Did we find a new... No. Past, present, future. The 2 keys, the letters back and forth, shared memories. Neatly preserved for more than a decade. Anne and Marcella were in love. There's no doubt about it. But then Marcella broke things off, filling this burden of a secret. So it was Marcella and Anne having an affair. Interesting. Or at least it seems that way. Now Anne and Marcella are both here at the Clarington over a decade later.
Back to 507 to try this key double. I hope it works.
We just did that, sweetie. Okay, well, let's go take a quick little look-see. Uh-huh. Let me go... Okay, hold on. So... Okay. So Doris was the name whatever, but now that I can actually click on this, oh no, there's there's not enough room for the cat collar, is there? No. Okay, so I can't put the cat collar name, or, well, I'm assuming it's a cat collar. Okay. Okay. This is gonna take me a minute. Let me see. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Our alliterative name will surely take you back. From the first one, take the first two. From the last one, take the last two. Worn leather. Correspondence. Unlike my favorite bar, this... Wait a minute. Wasn't the, what was the name of the bar? Oh wait, do I need to go all the way? White cat. So... Could it mean the first two letters from the cat's name? Let me see. So Doris, the last two S. Aha! What a weird password? What does Gris mean? Wonder if it has any meaning. What?
That novelist, Bridget Boswell, is actually you, Marcella?
Interesting. Dear Marcella, or should I say Bridget? I know I prefer a good old crime story, but last week I came upon a romance novel with an intriguing title, and they were roommates. I bought it on an impulse at a train station and read it from cover to cover during the journey. Can you imagine my surprise when I recognized our story? You may have changed the names and locations, but all of your moments are there. Our moments are there. Our endless discussions in the dorm room, our first date at the theater, trip to Quebec. You often said writers are thieves, but I never fully understood until now. It's been almost 10 years since I received your last letter. The letter that painted our relationship as nothing more than a summer fling. At first I could not believe you had written those words. Then I waited in vain for your answer, and had to accept your love for me had never been real. For many years I was broken-hearted, angry, confused. I questioned the nature of our feelings and our attraction and made many wrong decisions, but this book, your book, am I foolish to think it's proof you really loved me? In any case, I hope you are well, and I am happy to see you accomplished your dream of becoming a writer.
Oh, Anne.
Jeez.
Murder might be a bit much, but you deserve some kind
I didn't
of
expect you to
justice.
reply to my letter, but I'm happy to see I was wrong. Your words have comforted me in a time of great distress. If only Luis was half the man you say Hector is. He has quite a temper and hits me frequently. I'm willing to put up with it as long as he doesn't hurt Michael, but there are some days when it becomes almost unbearable. The other day I dreamt of our first date. We were watching The Postman Only Rings Twice again, but suddenly we were in the movie. You were Lana Turner and I was John Garfield, and we were both plotting to kill my husband. I hate to admit it, but I almost hope it was premonitory? I swear to God I know how to speak. To answer your question, I do have our box. My brother's currently in Atlanta for work, and I was thinking of going to see him with Michael next month. If you were able to meet me there, we could open the box together and laugh at the silly things we thought important all those years ago. I hope to hear from you soon. P.S. Do you remember that secret language we invented so Sister Miller couldn't understand the notes we passed her in her class? I still do.
I do like a happy ending. I just hope that's where your story is headed.
Thank you for sending me a signed version of your latest novel. I think it's your greatest work yet, but I do have a few comments to make the next one even better. First, I believe Rose should be more concerned with what she deserves than what her husband deserves. He may not deserve the pain she will cause by leaving him, but they both deserve to be happy, and they won't be as long as they remain together, as long as she doesn't listen to her own needs. Also, I think it would be great if your next novel ended on a more positive note. Imagine if Rose left her husband and rode into the sunset with Eve. Imagine if they went to New York or Los Angeles, someplace where people like us are tolerated. Imagine if they got to live their happy ending. It would be the greatest story ever. I hope you consider it. I know you say invisibility protects us, but don't you just wish to be seen sometimes? Wouldn't you like people to know you are Bridget Boswell, to recognize you on the street, to recognize you from your work? Why not publish your next novel under your own name?
Oh, so you came to Montreal under the pretense of celebrating your wedding anniversary, but all along, you meant to reunite with Anne.
Interesting. Dear Marcella, I left the house, I left Luis, I couldn't take it anymore, I couldn't lie anymore. How do you do it? How do you manage to live a double life, to hide your work and your novels from your husband? I had so much less to hide, and yet. Michael and I are staying at the Clarington Hotel until we find a place to stay and the divorce is done. I don't know how long it will take. Could you come and see me in Montreal? I really need you by my side right now. P.S. I wouldn't put it past Luis to scour every hotel guest book in the region looking for me under his surname, so I've registered under the name Beaumont. Interesting.
After all this, turns out you're a fan of Bridget? Of Marcella? That's a lot sweeter than I expected.
Although you don't know me, I think I can safely say I'm your biggest fan. Your novels have literally changed my life. After the war, I spent almost 10 years in a psychiatric hospital because of panic attacks. None of the treatments were working, and I wasn't getting any better. I became friends with one of the nurses who started lending me books so I could pass the time. I didn't really like the first ones, but then I picked up Bridget Boswell's first novel, your novel. I had never read such a beautiful love story. It almost brought tears to my eyes. I immediately urged the nurse to get more of your books. Believe it or not, the more I read them, the less panic attacks I had. The doctors thought it was their new medication finally working, but I knew the truth. Your novels gave me the courage to get in contact with Lindsay, a friend from the war. I had always felt for him the same way your characters feel for each other, but I never dared telling him. Now I have, thanks to you. The thought of seeing him again is what motivated me to get better and leave the hospital. I hope to hear back from him soon. After my discharge, I wanted to thank you for everything you've done for me. I've discontinued Bridget, was a pseudonym, so tracking you down took longer than I thought. Fortunately, I am a very patient and resourceful man, and I never give up. Do you think we can meet? I have so much more to tell you, Paul. Isn't that the guy?
You were able to open up to Marcella like this.
Isn't that the guy
Everyone
in
needs someone to
505?
talk
Wasn't
to.
his name Paul Morgan? Thank you for answering my letter. I realize now how unsettling it must have been for you. Please forgive me for tricking your editor into giving me your address. I know I shouldn't have done that. I wanted to thank you as well for your encouraging words concerning Lindsay. I still haven't heard from him, and I'm starting to fear I might have the wrong address. I wish I could take a train to Virginia, but that's not an option right now as I can barely pay the rent. I guess I'll have to find a job. As a kid, I dreamt of being an actor, a Hollywood star. I know it's a foolish dream, but what else can I do? What am I good at? I've tried getting some odd jobs already, but employers turn me down as soon as they learn where I've spent the last 10 years of my life. If it continues like this, I'll probably end up on the street like so many of my army buddies. Why am I even telling you this? After reading your books and getting to know you through them, I tend to forget I'm only a stranger to you. I hope you don't mind. You seem to be a good listener, and I've been feeling rather lonely ever since I left the hospital. Anyway, please tell me more about your life, and do not hesitate to write long letters. I must have read your previous one 1,000 times, Paul. So it is the guy in 505.
An advance
dude.
on my salary. So Marcella hired you. But what for?
I've just received a letter from Lindsay's mother. She tells me he's dead. Words cannot begin to describe how empty I feel. He died 2 years ago before I sent my first letter. He'll never know my feelings for him. I will never know if he could have loved me back. I guess I should have known this would end in pain, just like your novels. I wish I had Lindsay's ability to find beauty everywhere, even during the war, amidst the death and chaos. He would marvel at the forests of Germany, at the sun, the birds. He loved birds so much. He could identify them just by listening to their song. I have to admit, your proposition took me by surprise. I was hesitant to leave home at first. I was afraid to miss Lindsay's answer, but now there's nothing keeping me here. I'm desperate for anything that will help me forget the pain, but I don't have enough money to make it to Texas. Do you think you'd give me an advance on my salary? In spite of everything, I'm really excited to know I'll finally meet you, Paul. Dear Marcella, or should I say Bridget? You know I prefer a good old crime story, but last week I came upon a romance novel of an intriguing title, and they were roommates. I bought it on an impulse at a train station, read it from cover to cover during the journey. Can you imagine our surprise? Wait, did I already read this? Yeah. Okay, so we've already read all that then. Okay.
So, let me get this straight. Mrs. Beaumont and Mrs. Cruz are some kind of star-crossed lovers?
Seems like it, yeah. But I'm not sure whether they chose to meet here just to reconnect for a few days, or if there's something more to it.
Well, I
Seems like there's a lot to
help
it.
with that.
Really? How?
Oh, some mail arrived earlier for Mrs. Beaumont.
You've opened it, right?
Me? Disregarding someone's privacy? Of course I did.
I'm a
Atta
bad
girl.
influence on you.
Or have we been bad influences on each other? I guess we'll never know.
So, what's in it?
It's 3 train tickets. And, there's a tourism pamphlet for California.
California.
Well, it makes sense. It's much more progressive there than it is here.
So, Anna and Marcella want to go there to live their love freely.
Anne and Marcella, huh? You 3 are best pals now?
Well, after reading so much of their correspondence, I kind of feel like I know them, you know?
Yeah. But what about Mr. Morgan, though? I mean, Paul. How does he fit into all of this?
He was a fan. Marcella hired him.
I think Marcella hired him. I found some letters Paul wrote to her. He said that her proposition took him by surprise, and that he'd need an advance on his salary.
What did she hire him for? To investigate her own affair?
I'm not sure. I
That's
didn't
real-
find the letter he was replying to.
And why did he have those pictures
Real
of
confusing.
you anyway?
I guess we'll never know for sure, but I don't think it was ever about me.
It's always been about Anne and Marcella.
Exactly.
Well, it feels a tad anticlimactic, but who needs drama, right?
At least it made our day pretty interesting.
It sure did.
I don't know.
You know, after today,
Drama that I'm
I
not
think I
involved
get
in
why
seems
you're so
pretty interesting.
interested in the lives our guests lead. I try to forget they exist as soon as I'm done interacting with them. But once in a while, it's nice to remember that, well, even the most put-together person could be an absolute mess on the other side of the door.
Ooh,
What
going for
about
another
you?
flirt?
Who is Beth Lambert when no one's looking?
I like to think that with me, what you see is what you get. But maybe an extra snoopy super sleuth could uncover a few more layers. Maybe
We're
ones
in!
I didn't even know I had.
Challenge accepted.
Come see me when your shift ends, all right? We could leave together if you want.
Sure. If we're able to. With all that snow, I'm thinking maybe we'll have no choice but to spend the night here.
Ooh, a sleepover. We could set up a pillow for it on the mezzanine.
A pillow fort? We do work in a hotel, you know. There are actual beds here.
I know, but isn't my way so much more fun?
It is.
We could take a page out of Michael's book and decorate it, and then spend the night throwing stuff at Bernard whenever he comes through the lobby.
Oh, now you're talking.
And the
I just
plot
have
continues
finish
to
my tasks
thicken.
for the day, and then I can leave.
All right, well, we will finish that up in the next episode because that's where I'm going to end things off here. I hope you all enjoyed watching. If you did, leave me a like. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you all next time.